Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. It's Friday, the 31st of January. Believe it or not, we have got to the end of January already. And being the last Friday of the month, expect volatility in the market. If I was you, I would be avoiding any kind of shorting or longing today. It's likely 3 or 4 hours from now, they will take you both out. 106, 107, back down to 102, 103. That's what's likely to happen. If you do use leverage on monthly closes, do so with a little bit of leverage. Don't go degen 25x today. Try a 5x. If not, leaving it for the day. Now, we have a lot to get through today. It is a Friday. My cough still isn't gone. I'm very sorry, Packer, for coughing in your ear. And we are going to go through macro news. We've also got a little bit of news to talk about with Eigenlayer. We've got Litecoin. We've got XRP. We've got Trump merch. If you want to go and buy yourself a MAGA t-shirt, jelly, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about that. And of course, we've got the X-Files to go through. All of that on this Friday morning. Now, bottom left-hand corner, just under 192,000 followers. Make sure to follow us wherever you are in the world. Give us a follow, help us grow the channel, get to 200,000 and see where we go. The Oracle is streaming tonight at 9 p.m. I'm going to add it to the calendar after this stream. He'll be streaming at about 9 p.m., so about 10 hours from now. Bottom right-hand corner, $112,000 target. That's the next leg up. It's not the complete move I think we're going to see in February and March. I think it's the next leg. It's not a million miles away from where we are. It looks a long way away when we're at 92,000, 94,000. It's not that far away when you're at 106,000, is it really? What, it's a 4% move, 5% move. It's not a big move. Question of the day, is February going to be up or is February going to go down? Leave a comment in chat with what you think. Kishan said down or sideways. Let's see. Also, title of the show today is Banana Zone. I think we are entering the next banana zone. That's the next leg up. Traditionally, we do move well in February and March. The same way traditionally we don't do so well in the summer. So that's where I'm getting my slightly optimistic opinion from. Now, everything is going to be done in an hour, so let's get on and start with the markets. Bitcoin coming in, 104,000, hasn't really moved an awful lot. Ethereum coming in at 32.6. XRP back over $3. We said this on Wednesday. We didn't stream yesterday, remember. Solana, 235 is very decent. What I would say about the markets is we're at the end of the pause, if you like. We did think we were going to go down to 92 last week. We did go down and we came straight back up. I think we touched 98,000. That was probably the wick down. We're now back at 104, 105, 106. I think we have some data coming out next week, and that data is going to determine where we go probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So let's see. The ECB cut interest rates yesterday. Canada, Bank of Canada cut interest rates also this week. America is going to follow. Rates are going to be cut. Quantitative tightening is going to come to an end and QE is going to begin. And the money printer is going to go brr and your bags are going to go up. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Right then, a few gainers and losers of the day. Jasmy is up. Mantra is absolutely flying. They are doing a really good job of their PR campaign. In fact, as we speak, there is an AMA on Cointelegraph. I think it's Cointelegraph with the founders of Mantra going through how they're going to move forward into the bull run. Arweave is up. Virtuals is up. Quant. There's a lot of nice gainers today. Nothing really shouts out. Move. Small retracement from where it was. The coin I don't know anything about is there as well. Pudgy Penguins is down again. Pudgy Penguins, breaking news, came out about 2 hours ago. They had an airdrop that you could claim, and they were going to give you another 2 months to claim it, 3 months to claim it. That's no longer the case. They're going to give you 3 more days to claim your Pudgy Penguins, and if you don't, they're going to burn it. 15% of the supply hasn't been claimed. That's going to get burnt. Jupiter at 103 is a steal. Meow came out yesterday and was talking through the amount of dupe that's going to be bought up. So as well as burning 30% of the supply, they're also going to be buying back dupe every week. 3 million, 6 million a week, whatever it might be. And they're going to send it to what they call a trash can. So they're not going to burn it, they're going to put it away for 3 years. Now, again, 30% of the supply has been burnt and they're going to start buybacks. I think 103 is undervalued. I think 140, 150 at this moment in time is where it should be. 40% from where we are now. The coin I won't mention is down a bit. Trump is down a bit. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Ondo, again, some of these in the bottom or the biggest losers, some of this is profit taking. So Ondo ripped up to 160. It's now at 153. It's not the end of the world. So there's a nice mixed bag. I think if Bitcoin does go sideways for the next couple of weeks, as Kishan suggests, I think it'll give alts time to have a bit of a run. And ETH is due a breakout. ETH is due a breakout. But then again, when everybody says it's due a breakout, it probably won't. Right then. Now again, I always like to show you both sides of the coin. I don't like Doge. I think it's trash. But if somebody comes up with a good point, I will always show it to you. Doge is showing decent price action. Okay? And this is what happens with the alts. Consolidations and bleeding and violent moves up. Okay? That's what alts are doing, and Doge is doing the same thing. There is the chart. Look at that. Slow and down to the right, and then movements to the upside. That's what Doge does. That is very similar to what a lot of other coins do. We look at Link. Link shot up to $28 or $29 or whatever it was, and now it's consolidating at 25. It was consolidating at 20 and at 15. That's how they move. The markets do not go up and to the right in a straight line. They move in very slow, methodical, downwards consolidation and then pumps. The problem that you've got is if you buy a coin on a pump and you believe in the fundamentals of the coin, you're going to think, I've bought at the wrong time, it's going to come down again. If you buy Link at 20 and it consolidates down and down and down to $16, it will then pump to 25 and then maybe consolidate down to 22 and then pump to 30. So a lot of coins do follow that. And the reason I mention Link is a great coin to trade because it does follow these kinds of patterns. Moving on, the Czech National Bank. There's a lot of X-Files to do today because I'm not doing any charts. I don't want to do charts on a Friday. It's not a charty day Friday, is it? They are going to decide whether to allocate 140 billion in foreign exchange reserves to Bitcoin, okay? That was going to be decided yesterday. I haven't seen any news on whether it happened, but again, it doesn't matter whether it does or it doesn't happen. This is the stage where we are entering game theory. That is where countries start to compete against each other to hold Bitcoin, okay? You have your first adopters, El Salvador's of the world. Then you have some countries such as the UK, China, America that have just ended up with Bitcoin from seizures and things like that, but already put them in a good position. So America and China, I think, are top 5. I think the UK is 6th. They've got 62,000 Bitcoin. I pray to all that is mighty that the UK doesn't sell like Germany did last year. I would just like them to hold on to that Bitcoin and not sell it. Right then, Michael Saylor has featured on the latest cover of Forbes as the Bitcoin Alchemist. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a warning. The last time anybody related to crypto appeared on the front of Forbes, it was Sam Bankman-Fried, and we know what happened to the market after that. We absolutely tanked. Hopefully, third time's a charm, and we do move to the upside. MicroStrategy isn't just a giant Bitcoin bet, it's a revolution in corporate finance, and there he is, looking smart as usual, the Bitcoin alchemist. And let's not forget, Peter Schiff is celebrating because gold is at all-time highs. I think gold is up something like 30% in the last year. That should tell you how weak the market is. People go to gold when they have uncertainty. Gold is at all-time highs. Right then, again, very quickly, the transfer of a Senegalese footballer, I think it should be, to the Polish club was fully realized in cryptocurrencies. I haven't seen anything like this before. I do not know what cryptocurrency it is because I do not speak Polish. Probably Bitcoin, who knows? But the point of the matter is, this was the first footballer I've seen where the transfer fee was in crypto. I've seen housing being bought and businesses being sold for crypto, but I've never seen a footballer being sold for Bitcoin. So another step on the way to adoption. Right then, I'm not going to mention that. Staked ETH ETF is next. 2 weeks. I agree with Pentoshi. In fact, I put that down there. The reason is, under the previous SEC administration, I think I've got a second tweet from Pentoshi here as well. Under the previous administration, the ETH that was in the ETFs wasn't allowed to be staked. They didn't want the gains, basically. Now, there's obviously a new government in power in America. They're going to allow staked ETH. My overriding concern has been all along, what happens if BlackRock is allowed to vote? What happens on the future proof of stake coins that have DAO decisions to make? Is BlackRock, who might own 20% of the supply, are they going to be the ones that are allowed to vote? Or are they allowed to stake their Ethereum and not vote? That's what I don't know. I haven't found, nobody's answered that question. But allowing them to earn a yield on ETH, ETFs, means what? It means that when Solana goes live as an ETF, it will probably also generate a 5% yield on Solana. And any other proof of stake coin that becomes an ETF, that will be allowed to become a staked ETF. So again, a good move. It was silly that it wasn't allowed. I think they should allow them to stake the coins, but not be allowed to vote, because I think that's going to cause all kinds of problems. Remember, BlackRock would be one vote. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest would be one vote. We don't really want the ETFs to be able to vote. And again, there's plenty of history of BlackRock taking the collective shares of all of its investors and using it to change the direction of a company, which we don't want. The real world asset sector is up to date. Remember, I've been saying now for, I wouldn't say too long, a couple of months now, when it comes down to brass tacks, you want to be in projects that generate revenue and generate profit, okay? The start of the internet is the best example I can give you of that. There will be companies out there, shinyhat.com. Shinyhat.com generates NFTs based off your family photos, gives them you for free. You can do what you want with them. They've got 25 people working for them. They don't make any money. Guess what? They're going to go out of business, okay? There are a lot of projects out there, a lot of meme coins, a lot of games, a lot of things out there. Midnight, I think they're called Midnight 12, has just gone bust. It was going to launch a AAA game. It's run out of money. It closed the doors last night. It doesn't make any money. If you don't make any money, you are going to go out of business. Real world asset projects, the top tier, top 20, top 30 projects in crypto, the majority of them make money. The oracles make money. Real world assets make money. Now, these are up, yes, 566. We were talking about buying OM at 90 cents. Ondo, $1. We were saying, but anything under $1 is a good price for Ondo. The other coins on here, never heard of them, but the other coins on here also up 22%, 7%. Real world assets is a narrative on its own. AI's had its little bit of a time in the light, but AI projects, the big ones, the ones that will generate revenue, they are going to hang around. So make sure when you look at your bags, do your projects make money? Do the projects you're invested in, do they make revenue, number one, and profit, number two? If they don't, you need to really consider what you're doing. Okay, moving on. BlackRock, backed by Securitize, have integrated with Solana to expand tokenized real-world assets. Again, I have been telling you this also for some considerable months. BlackRock will be on every major blockchain within the next 12 to 18 months. They're going to be everywhere. Their products are going to be everywhere. And why wouldn't you use BlackRock? Because with BlackRock, it comes the name, okay? If I have a choice between Donald Duck Finance and BlackRock Finance, and they're both offering 5% yield, except BlackRock has institutional investment, has insurance, has everything else, which one am I going to choose? Donald Duck or BlackRock? I'm going to go with BlackRock. Of course I am, and you should too. Just because somebody has a fancy meme as its front end, it doesn't mean it's a solid project. BlackRock, much as they have problems, bring a level of confidence. Always remember that. I'm not saying that they're not going to give you problems. 10.1 billion worth of Bitcoin and ETH options will expire tomorrow. That is today. Expect volatility. Absolutely. Be careful. Now then, a game I haven't mentioned on here for an eternity, and the coin is available to trade. Atlas Coin. This hopefully isn't going to play sound and deafen you. Okay, let's make sure. There we go, sound is off. Right, this game is Star Atlas. I am not associated or affiliated with Star Atlas in any way, shape or form. But it's probably the biggest game that has survived and is going to come out of the bull run, out of the bear market and into the end of this bull run. Why? They had the money to begin with. They built what they said they were going to build. The game is a little bit like a space trading game that's got a Fortnite element and a racing element built in. They've built it all. It's there. This isn't, pre-rendered CGI. This is the actual game. Like I said, I'm not associated with him or affiliated with them, but they do have a token. So bear that in mind when you look at games. I've just told you Midnight 12 or whatever they're called, they've just gone bust. Not all projects are going to survive the next 2 or 3 years. Whether it be gaming, real world asset, deep in, layer ones, there are going to be layer ones and layer twos that go bust. That's just what's going to happen. And don't think it's going to be a shock. I'm telling you now. You cannot possibly expect 1,000 projects, the top 1,000 projects in crypto, you cannot possibly expect a 100% success rate. I very much doubt we're going to get more than a 10%, 15% success rate. Okay? The real world asset projects are backed by real world companies that already exist. So they're probably going to do quite well. The AI projects, speculative, some of them will do well. Deepin, which is based on physical locations, a lot of them are going to do well. But your meme coins, some of your DEXs out there, some of the chains out there, you might be invested in a very small layer 2 on Ethereum. If it's got nobody using it, it's going to run out of money, it's going to burn through its VC money, and it's never going to appear again, it's going to disappear. Just be careful. The other thing we'll see on top of what I'm talking about is we are likely to see mergers. Okay, a few messages. Donald Duck, just for the giggles. Exactly. I knew you'd say that, Drop Dead. You don't want to go down that route. You want to go with BlackRock. Anyway, there's a very funny sketch. What's it called? By Bill Burr, where he talks about taking things out of context. And imagine going into your bank and saying, okay, the bank manager says to you, what's your collateral? I've got $100,000 in a BlackRock-backed real-world asset project that's paying a 5% yield. Fantastic. Here's your £10,000 loan, $10,000 loan. And then Drop Dead walks in and says, yep, I have 100,000 Donald Duck eggs, which is a crypto thing, pays me 5%. I can easily cover this loan. The bank manager will teleport you outside of the bank, and you'll blink and the doors will be bolted shut. Okay? You've also got to think of the reputation that comes with BlackRock, not with Donald Duck. Okay? There's very few examples of anybody. Even McDonald's got rid of Ronald McDonald. They got rid of him because they were trying to become more, accepted. Anyway, ECB President Christine Lagarde is confident Bitcoin will not enter the EU central bank reserves. She's confident. Now, I am confident that she will not be in her position in 2 years' time. There we go. I have the same level of confidence in what I've just said as what she should have in what she has said. If we have the UK, China, America, Canada, New Zealand, several African nation states, Brazil, Argentina, if they've all got Bitcoin on their reserves, oh, I forgot the Saudis as well. If they've all got Bitcoin as part of their strategic reserve, and then you've got the EU coming out and saying, we're not going to have Bitcoin. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time the EU produced any company worth $1 billion? When was the last time a unicorn was born in the EU? Off the top of my head, I can't think of any, okay? Unicorns indicate that your entrepreneurs have an environment where they can build and grow a company, okay? The EU is nothing but legislation. That's all it is. They are crippling their economies. If you compare the growth of different countries over time, and you look at the growth of entrepreneurs over time, you will see that about 15, 20 years ago, the EU just started falling behind because they lost focus of what they were trying to do. And that was to build a shared prosperity between all of their member states. And they failed. They failed because of their interest rates. They failed because of their monetary policy. Okay? It's failed. And it's not the end of the euro or the end of the EU. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is these types of people fight everything. They fight against change. And the problem is, if you fight against change, you end up being left behind. You shouldn't just jump from one stupid idea to another. I agree. But you are looking at blockchain technology and you're saying, I know what we need. We need a Euro CBDC. That's what we need, because we need to keep control. It's a big problem that the EU have got, and it can be changed. They can turn on a sixpence and become open and willing to take on new ideas. That's what they need to do. And of course, again, the argument would be if you're a French entrepreneur or a Spanish entrepreneur or an Italian entrepreneur, you grow your business to a certain size, the first thing that you are going to think about doing is opening an office in America. And that's been the case for a long time. But look at what happened when America was anti-crypto. Where did the crypto companies go? They went to the UK. They didn't go to Europe. They went to the UK. Coinbase, A16Z, the other brothers, can't remember the names, the UK. Why? Because even though the UK has been in Europe, they've always had their own thing going on. I think the ECB are going to learn to regret this. I think that she's going to learn to regret this. I think that it's one of those things that, in her defense, in 2021, I would say that crypto wasn't ready for adoption by nation states. But that was 3 years ago. We've come a long way in 3 years. So yes, she was right to say that 3 years ago, but she's not right to say it now. The sign of intelligence is taking on new information and changing your opinion. And I don't think the EU have done that. I think the EU are making a massive mistake. And considering the amount of brain power that the EU has got, it staggers belief that the people that have somehow ended up in charge of the EU are saying and doing what they're doing. It's incredible. Now then, let's move on. And I apologise if you're a Europhile. I like the EU. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not against people who live in the EU. I'm against the way that the EU operates. Right, the Eigenlayer and Cartesi team up to build crypto's next killer app. I love these articles because I guarantee you, before we get to the end of this article, you will realise it won't be a killer app. But let's just go through it. The killer app for me at the minute is the Jupiter mobile app that's going to connect to JupeNet, that's going to allow you to buy any cryptocurrency on any blockchain and use any DeFi platform on any blockchain. That for me is a killer app, because that's what we've been calling for 2 years. That's a killer app. That's the kind of thing your mum, your gran, your auntie, the uncle can download and have everything in one place. It's not a centralized exchange. No, I agree. But as far as killer app goes, that's as close as we've got. And mobile games on Telegram, they're not killer apps. They're just attention generating projects. So they've teamed up to drive the development of decentralized applications through exclusive hackathon that will bring together developers from the blockchain ecosystem. The initiative aims to encourage the creation of innovative solutions in AI, decentralized finance, and other areas where the combination of advanced computing and blockchain security can make an impact. That sounds very, very posh. So it's called Experiment Week 3 and will take place in 2 weeks' time, and will provide participants with the opportunity to work with two techs, Cartesi's co-processor and Eigenlayer's restaking protocol. During the week, developers will explore ways to optimize blockchain usage and require high performance and reliable verification. It will allow smart contracts to perform complex calculations off-chain without compromising security. Eigenlayer, on the other hand, introduces a restaking model that allows staking assets to be reused to strengthen the security of new surfaces within the Ethereum ecosystem. There are prizes. Fantastic. We always like prizes. A total prize pool of $12,000. Again, okay, I think we've read enough of that. This isn't going to do anything. This is a holiday for a load of developers to go and get around in a room and have a chat and come up with some clever little trinkets that may or may not be used in different projects. That's what this is. The projects, in my opinion, that really do well are the incubator projects. So the platform that you're on now, the exchange that you're on now, they have incubator programs. And you go and you pitch your idea to them. They give you funding to build your proof of concept. And then if it's good, other people come in and also invest in your project at cents in the dollar, and they help you build. And we have seen hundreds of really good projects come out of incubators, okay? Getting a load of nerds in a room for a week is not going to do anything. It will spark ideas, probably. They will come up with some very clever ideas, but they won't do anything in that week. What is likely, if anything, to come out of this is somebody grouping together, creating a collective, creating an idea, and then going to the incubators to help build. Okay? $12,000 in total prize pool money is not even worth getting out of bed for some of these programmers. Programmers in crypto earn $100,000 a year, $80,000, $120,000 a year. It's a month's wage, and that's if you single-handedly produce whatever it is they decide is the winner. So again, hackathons are great. Nothing really ever comes out of them. Again, it's good for the community to get together, but the incubators, that's where the real clever projects come from. That's only my experience. I could be very wrong. You could prove me wrong, but I don't think so. Jupe is holding strong. So much new innovation. Hopefully we see a $3 to $4 price at its peak. My top for Jupe is $5. That's been my top for ages, okay? The reason I think $5 top is it's a 5x from here. They're going to start buying $6 million a week and $6 million a week of buy pressure on Dupe. $1 million a day, call it. $1 million a day on a project of that size is eventually going to move the price up. And again, in the bull run, remember, it will be more because it's a percentage of their revenue. So that it will be more in the bull run. That will then kick it in. So I think 3 to 4 is listen, if it gets to $4, sell it. Not financial advice. It's a good price for Dupe, especially if you bought it at 50 cents, 52 cents like I was doing. I got the airdrop. I waited for the price to come down. It came down to about 48 to 52 cents. I've got X records of me doing that and people talking to me about it. At the time, I said, $1, $1.50 is the price of Dupe. That's what it should be right now. I'm not going to do the stupid comparison with Uniswap, but Uniswap is a fair comparison. I think $4 or $5, absolutely nailed on. Absolutely nailed on. It's a 3x from here. 4x, sorry, from here. It's not that far. And yes, I will sell my Dupe in the bull run because everything comes down again. Let's not forget that. And if you believe some of the people out there who say the same things every cycle, there's too many cryptocurrencies, there's not enough money to pump all the coins, it's going to be a flat alt season. No. Okay. I don't sit here and tell you to buy a $10 million project which doesn't have eyes on. We talk about top 20 projects that have eyes on, that make money. The layer ones, the layer twos, the oracles, the real world asset projects, they're the ones we focus on all the time. If I make a video about a new project, it's for research purposes. I go and have a look at it. Maybe it does well, maybe it doesn't, and I'll get a few thousand views on it. Okay? But on here, we talk about the same things all the time. Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, ADA, Dupe. Dupe is going to have a great bull run. I don't talk about Camino Finance and their token, even though the token's done incredibly well over the last 6 months. It's done incredibly well. I'm not going to ask people to go and buy it. If you said name 5 coins on Solana to go and buy, I would certainly be telling you to buy Solana, maybe Radium, maybe Orca, certainly Dupe, certainly Pith, and Camino Finance. I don't know what that is, six coins there. They're the ones I tell you to go and buy. I've not mentioned a meme coin in there. Certainly not mentioned a meme coin. Again, we're going to talk about Jelly in a minute, and I'm going to show you why. In fact, I'm going to bring up the Jelly chart as well, actually. I'm going to do a chart today. Because not everything is the same. No meme coin is the same. You've got to be careful at this stage. You've got to hold your nerve, okay? This is a game of chicken between you and your alter ego that's sitting on your shoulder telling you that it's all over and nothing's going higher. Litecoin ETF is likely to debut next as the SEC opens comment period for Canary Capital's proposed LTC fund. Tariq will be crying into his tea. Tariq will be weeping. All of those lonely times when Litecoin was at $40 and Tariq held his nerve. He held onto that Litecoin like Scrat held onto that acorn in, wasn't frozen, Ice Age, okay? Who can blame him? Sink your teeth into your own nuts. That is what I say. Don't click me on that. So, Litecoin ETF is likely to be next. There is zero reason for this to not be approved. It is a Bitcoin fork. It is proof of work. There's no reason for this not to be approved. The move signals Litecoin may be the next crypto asset to receive the treatment. Again, I think it's absolute nailed on to get this. I mean, it's not the best crypto asset in the world. I don't know what it does. I don't know if it does anything. I don't see anybody talk about Litecoin apart from the person they put in. The Litecoin X account, whoever they've put in charge of it, is really funny, okay? So if you don't follow Litecoin on Twitter, go and follow them. They are genuinely quite funny. But anyway, so this will come next. I don't even know what the price of Litecoin is at the minute. Is it about 130, 140? Something like that? Let's have a look. Where is Litecoin on my list? There we go. It's 130. Okay. I think, hand on heart, we could be looking... I think I said in a video a few weeks ago, maybe even as far back as early November, I think Litecoin is going to struggle to get to $300. Now, if it gets the ETF and that ETF really takes off, then I think 250 to 300 is a good price for Litecoin. Okay, that gives it a 20 billion-ish market cap. Maybe that's a bit low. Maybe it goes to 30 billion and I'm wrong and it goes to $400. But I don't like giving overly optimistic price targets for the likes of Litecoin because I don't think an ETF on its own is going to move Litecoin. But I think 250, 200 is the next target, but then 250, 300, why not? We've got, of course, the Solana and the XRP ones. I think the Solana futures was applied for last night as well. It's all coming. The question is one of timing. Are we going to get these ETFs approved before the end of the bull run? Because the bull run finishes this year. I might be wrong. It might be May or June. I think it's November. And I'm holding till November more than likely. But what happens if Solana and XRP get approved in December? What's going to happen? The market always drops. It's not a case of this time it's different. This time it's different is one of the most stupid things anyone in crypto Twitter says. This time is no different. Okay? It will dip. Now, maybe Bitcoin only comes down 40% this time. Maybe it doesn't come down 60%. Maybe it doesn't go back to its previous all-time high at 70,000. Maybe I am wrong. But if Bitcoin comes down 40%, I tell you now, these alts are going to come down 70 to 80%. There is no reason why these alts are going to hold their value while everything else is getting pasted. Now, if we're wrong and we have a blow-off top in November and we sell out at the top, we are not going to have enough money to keep pumping us into 2026. So no matter how bullish we are on Trump, going into next year, we are going to need to have taken profits for any retracement, 30, 40, 50% on Bitcoin, 60, 80% on the likes of Solana and Cardano. Maybe they don't come down that far. Maybe XRP, which we're going to talk about in a minute, maybe XRP tops out at $7. And then maybe in the bear market, it bottoms at $3. Okay, it's still a 55% retracement, but it's not as far down as the 30 cents we've seen. Okay, maybe XRP comes down to $1.50, which was its original all-time high. Maybe. We don't know the future. All we know is that there's going to be an end to this bull run. The super cycle, all that talk is at this moment just talk. It's talk. We are not there. And when we get there, we need to decide if we are going to take profits or not. Because believe you me, if we sell the top-ish within a month of the top, we're all going to be walking away potentially 3 to 5 times richer than we are now. And that hopefully will make you all very, very happy. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that next year we're going to keep going and you'll be 10 times richer next year, because nothing tells me that's going to happen. Even Trump and his World Liberty Finance and his ETH maxes, even that's not going to drag me into next year. XRP's 50% rally outperforms crypto markets. In January is $4 the next stop. It decoupled from the crypto market after the developments. Ripple Labs case got dropped earlier this week. We told you about that. Is $4 next? Listen, we're at $3.10. We're at $3.10. We're 25% away from $4. Okay, we're almost there. $4 is absolutely the case. Who's written this? Zoltan. Good article. Totally agree. $4 is on the cards for XRP. We're at 307. It's definitely possible. We're moving up. The news about the crypto strategic reserve. Let's say, against our wishes, that it is a crypto strategic reserve and not a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There will be tears, there will be sadness, there will be people making rude gestures towards Brad Garlinghouse on Twitter. But for your bags, and that's all I care about, for your bags, it will pump XRP. It will pump Cardano. It will pump Solana. And absolutely pump Ethereum. Nobody's mentioning this. If we have a crypto strategic reserve, we're talking about XRP. We're not mentioning the fact that World Liberty Finance are buying as much Ethereum as they can get their hands on. Why? Because I think, and I said this in my video, go back and have a look at my predictions for 2025. They are all going to come true. Even the Sam Bankman-Fried one, they're appealing to Donald Trump to get Sam Bankman-Fried off. Okay, they're going to appeal to Donald Trump's kinder side. Now, my other prediction was that we will have a strategic reserve made up of more assets. Okay, World Liberty Finance, owned by the Trump's family. What coin are they buying? They're buying Ethereum. We are being distracted with this news about XRP being the strategic reserve. Brad Garlinghouse is such a bad man. You know, we don't like him anymore. Boo-hoo. Okay? Listen, you've got no say in the matter. I've got no say in the matter. If America and Trump want to create a strategic reserve of other crypto assets, yes, we complain. Yes, we can say they're not using Bitcoin, which is the inflation hedge. Yes, we can say all of those things, but it doesn't mean anything. The only thing you should be doing is looking at what coins other than Bitcoin are going to be included in this strategic reserve. And the answer, the number one answer is Ethereum. And the number two answer is XRP. So if you're holding on to XRP, thinking it's some kind of diseased cat that can't even meow at this moment in time, think again. It will rip. Okay? And that's been said for the last 6 months. XRP is going to blow. XRP is going to blow. I've heard it all before, I know. But if the President of America and Cynthia Lummis come out and say that Ethereum, which already has an ETF, is going to be included in the strategic reserve, then we are going to see Ethereum rip. And what else could they include? They could certainly look at Litecoin, because that's going to be an ETF as well. So again, take off the purist hat and put on the I want to make as much money hat. Okay? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, maybe even Litecoin, safe bets for the strategic reserve. Okay? We don't know if it's going to happen, but we do know that Brad is pushing for it. And when you are sitting next to Donald Trump, it's very easy to bend his ear. So be careful. Also, don't forget the other thing we've mentioned about XRP. It's going to have its stable coin across different chains. It's working with Ondo and BlackRock to build DeFi on the XRP platform. Now, you can like it, you can not like it. I genuinely don't care. I'm telling you what I think. And XRP will be at $4. And then my target is $5 to $7. In fact, I went back and I found my video that I made in June 2023, which is a year and a half ago. And I said, the end of the bull run, XRP will be $5. I said that a year and a half ago. We're at $3. $5 to $7 has been my target. Same for, believe it or not, same for Cardano. Cardano has more opportunity to grow. They're not unrealistic. Some idiot said $10,000 for XRP. Don't listen to anybody that gives you a target above $10. The market cap would be insane. And that isn't going to happen unless Donald Trump says that they're going to create an XRP strategic reserve. And then, yeah, you know what? All bets are off. You know, I can only deal with the information I've got in front of me. Good morning. Good morning, Mags. I hope you are well. Remember, smash the like button, say hello in chat. It's a nice, relaxed, easy stream today. Not many charts, but I am going to bring up next the Jelly Jelly chart. If you don't know what Jelly Jelly is, it's a meme coin created by the founder of, I think, Venmo. And I'm going to go through why you shouldn't be buying these coins. I do this from time to time. I'm not saying you should go out and buy every coin, but Donald Trump's Solana meme coin can now be used to buy presidential merch. Trump, a meme coin launched earlier this month on Solana, is available as a payment option at several of President Trump's online merchandise store. There he is. Beautiful. Websites selling official merch have begun accepting Trump payments. The Trump payments are processed through Solana Pay, a free-to-use payments framework built on the Solana network. The meme coin holders can purchase merchandise with their tokens at Get Trump Watches, Get Trump Fragrances, GetTrumpSneakers.com. I mean, it's so cringy. It's important to note that while the merch is official, as in it's been made with the president's permission, the websites themselves are not affiliated with president's official businesses or the Trump Organization. That is a nice little step back for Trump. Although he's endorsed it, he's got nothing to do with them. So if anything goes wrong, he will not be to blame. Here we go. It's unclear when the website will begin to accept. Fantastic. A representative to the merch websites did not immediately respond to the request. Official Trump launch on January the 19th, spurring a flurry of trading. I think people were talking about it going to $100. We are now. Does it have the chart here? I did say I wasn't going to bring up any charts. I think we're trading at $30. I think that's the price of Trump coin today. Let's have a look. I actually don't want to bring this up because I tell you what we'll do. We'll bring up the meme coins because the next one we're going to talk about is also a meme coin. Let's have a quick look at the meme coin market then. Let's get rid of that one. Now, I don't like meme coins. I've told you before, I don't like meme coins. Trump is coming in at $30. Now, do I think Trump can hit $100? Yes, I absolutely do. Oh, it's $25, sorry, $25. Do I think it can hit $100? Absolutely it can. It has the backing of Donald Trump. Now, we spoke before about the strategic reserve. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if Donald Trump tries to include his own currency in the strategic reserve. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but believe you me, he will try. Okay? It's not outside of the realms of incredulity that Donald Trump will try and throw his own meme coin into the American strategic reserve. Okay? But again, you've heard the expression, stranger things can happen. It wouldn't surprise me if Trump and Melania were thrown in to the strategic reserve. It will be mentioned in the meetings. That's all I will say. Now, moving down, these are some of the meme coins that we like. When we say we like them in terms of they've got an opportunity to grow. So Brett certainly has an opportunity. Pudgy has an opportunity to grow. I don't know why CoinMarketCap does this. Melania at 242, again, I think that one has been hammered more than it should have been hammered. I think Melania could have a rally. Popcat. Now, where is this coin that we're going to talk about, which is called, what's it called? Jelly Jelly. I don't know why Jelly Jelly isn't listed. But anyway, let's go and have a look at the article. And we are going to go and look at Jelly Jelly chart at the end as well. But I think that needs to be looked at. Again, I'm trying to keep an eye on chat. If I don't respond to you, if I don't respond and I've missed your chat, I do apologise. Don't think they will allow Trump to be in the strategic reserve. It would be way too profitable for the president compared to the nation. Listen, when has that ever mattered to Donald Trump? I said when they launched World Liberty Finance, this was an absolutely terrible thing to do. It was a terrible thing to do because it gives the Democrats a stick to beat him with. When he launched Trump Coin, that stick got bigger and became a lightsaber, okay? And the Democrats went from a little old Obi-Wan Kenobi in a little brown hooded outfit to Darth Maul, because they are going to be able to absolutely destroy him with his coin and World Liberty Finance. In 4 years' time, 3 years' time, we're going to be in a situation where the Democrats will hopefully have a stronger candidate, and they will use Trump and World Liberty Finance against him. They're not doing it now, but they'll use it against him. If it makes too much money, they'll use that against him. If investors have lost money, they'll use that against him. If Trump coin goes to $500, they will use that against him and say that he's profited. If it goes to $5, again, they'll use it against him and say he's cost people 90% of their net worth. And they will plant Democrats. I guarantee you now, Democrats have bought Trump at $50 and they've bought shares in World Liberty Finance. And whichever way it goes, they will play that side. It's a terrible political mistake by Trump. And he's done it so his family get a good payday. Nothing wrong with that. But don't use your political position for gains for your family, because we all know those gains will go back to you. That's the issue that Trump has. So is he going to try and wedge Trump into the strategic reserve? I wouldn't bet against it. And it would not make me smile if he did it, because it's so clear as day that he's going to try. Right then, Jelly Jelly. Now, I don't know why Jelly Jelly didn't show up on the previous one. I am going to bring the chart up on this. We've got 8 minutes. We've done it. We've got 8 minutes left. Now, you will have heard of Jelly Jelly. I think it got listed in lots of different exchanges today, yesterday, the day before. The token is tied to a new app. It surged 1,000%, marking a new trend in product-backed launches. The co-founder of Venmo launched this Jelly Jelly, got to $250 million market cap after its debut. It will grant early access to the Jelly Jelly video sharing app, part of a growing trend of projects using Pump.Fun. Pump.Fun have been sued, by the way, by the American establishment for unsolicited or something to do with securities. They've been sued. You know you've done something wrong when Trump is in power and you're still being sued, okay? So Pump.Fun may not be for much longer by the sounds of things. So the meme coin, which surged, we've already read this one, it's just recircling the same thing. It was launched on Wednesday, late Wednesday, so this information is 2 days old. It went through the launch pad, then went on to Raydium. Again, Raydium, biggest DEX on Solana. Well worth looking at that coin. Not saying you should go and buy it, but well worth looking at Raydium. And I've made videos in the past, and my opinion doesn't change. So because my opinion doesn't change, I don't make updated videos. I could just make another top 5 coins to own on Solana, but it's going to be the same 5 coins I said a year ago. I don't change my opinion with the wind. And I certainly wish I got paid to promote coins, but we don't. So there you go. We don't promote anything. And the issue is that if you're going to come to Solana, you're going to be enticed by these types of projects. Jelly Jelly, Gotius Maximus. What are the ones that have gone? Trump and Melania both launched on Solana. You're going to be enticed by the price movement of these coins. So it's come back down 45% to 140 million. I'm going to look at the chart in a second. It will provide early access. The app is currently on the App Store. You can record and share video clips. AI features. The app is operational features, including a TikTok-style feed. Again, now let's go and have a quick look and see if we can find a Jelly Jelly chart. The issue again is this app that's being launched Is it going to rival TikTok? Is it going to rival YouTube? Is it going to rival Instagram? I don't know who else there is. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I don't know what's left. Because the issue is, I've seen at least 4 video sharing apps that have done nothing. Okay? Now, there is an Indian one out there, which is really quite good. But it's in India. And what I mean by that is, its audience and its demographic is Indian. So if you log in from the West, if you log in from America, you are going to see nothing but Indian content creators. And when I made the video, and I can't remember the name of it now, when I made the video about it, I said the same thing. This isn't going to work and get mass adoption because it hasn't got any content creators from the West or even Africa or America. It doesn't have. They're all Indian content creators. When a project like this launches, let's say it's called Jelly Jelly, great, the project launches, but it's going to need 50 million people to use it. You know, I know everything has to start from scratch. Now then, this is down 76%. 76% down. This project only appeared on Thursday and it is down 76%. It's obviously down less from this point, but from here it's down 76%. Now, again, that's Jelly Jelly. Let's have a look at Melania. Okay, let's have a look at Melania. Again, maybe we need to zoom out on Melania to actually get the impression of it. There we go. Right, so can you see a theme with these coins that are being listed? Now, look how hard, look how far it dropped. It looks like, you know what? It looks like Melania's foot in a pair of stilettos. There's the stiletto, there's the foot, and there's the leg. Okay, that's Melania's foot. That's how far it's come down. Right. I don't want to see any of you telling me that you bought cake jelly or pickle chocolate or whatever it is. And I don't want to hear it that you bought this coin here because it looked cool and it was pumping. Because guess what? Every one of these damn coins does that. Okay? Every one of them. Now, I've got a video to make, which I don't know whether to make it because I think it's a bit of a mean video. And it's aimed at Murad. Is he called Murad? Something like that. And I'm looking at his picks. Okay? Now, this is Gotius Maximus. Now, let me just point something out. Gotius Maximus was going to be the greatest coin that ever lived. This was going to be the coin that overtook Bitcoin. This was going to be the coin that joined the strategic reserve. Okay? And who was telling you this? Okay? I tell you who was telling you this. Your social media influencers that you watch were telling you, buy goat, buy goat, buy goat. Okay? And while they were telling you, they were selling here and here and here and here. And they told you to buy that coin and you bought that coin. And now you are down here with your bag of goat. Okay? Not a bag of balls, bag of goat. Now, I'm telling you this because these are not necessarily rug pulls because they're too big to be rug pulls. A rug pull is where the founder launches a coin, goes to 50 million, 10 million, 5 million, whatever, and he just pulls all the liquidity and runs off with the money. Normally on Solana, okay? That's a rug pull. These are hype-driven projects that get up to some really reasonable market caps. They get up to $1 billion market cap, okay? And then they come down. And even when, again, the traditional meme coin, pump and dump, will always have that. And that there that I am pointing at, that is where they tell you, oh, it's found its bottom, it's going to recover, it's going to shoot up, okay? No, It never does. It does this. And there will be exceptions, okay? Now, if we take Bonk, what Bonk did was it did this, and then Bonk did nothing for about a year. And then, after a year, Bonk went like that, okay? Because the team behind Bonk built. And they built staking, they built bots, they worked on real-life integrations, they did an awful lot of things. So I'm not here to tell you that these projects are the worst projects that have ever lived. What I'm telling you is nobody can launch a token on the 16th of October and by the 19th of November have anything to show for it because it's only 5 weeks. Okay? Now, if Gotius Maximus is building, it's going to take them months and months and months. And this will probably bleed further down. Okay? So will Jelly Jelly. And so will Melania. But some of them, the ones that are backed by proper teams, proper roadmaps, developers, whatever you want to call it, they will have their time again. And I'm not talking about every one of these projects is going to stay at zero for the rest of its life. What I'm telling you is you are getting suckered every time there. And what you want to do is you want to hang on and not buy this FOMO. And you want to wait for this. And then you know what? If you turn around and say, you know what, I really like Gotius Maximus, love the project, love the team, think the roadmap's going to do really well, I'd say fine, 20 cents, go and buy it. Go and buy it at 20 cents. Okay? Because what's likely to happen at some point is you might see it go back up towards that level there where previous price action was. Maybe it'll go back up there and you've 4x your money. But if it goes back up here and you bought here at $1.20, even if it pumps to 86 cents, you're still down 35%. Look at the absolute state of that chart. That looks horrific. It looks like a game of battleships. Anyway, I've overrun a little bit. I'm sorry for the rant. I just get very irate that you're going out to buy some of these coins. Good morning, Bullish Bull. Hope you're well. 250 million nuked to 60. Exactly. Jupiter is taking over Solana. Correct. Totally agree with that statement. But I like diversification. And if Jupe wins, Radium and Orca also win as well. So if you want diversification, look at other coins as well. Jelly Jelly rising on Solana. Those who short Sol and Bitcoin at this moment in time are going to get wrecked. I made a video today for the OGs, and I gave my OGs some targets for middle of March. And I'm not going to tell you what those targets are because it's an OG video. They subscribe to me, so it's good. But I expect the next 6 weeks to be incredibly good for Bitcoin especially. Not saying it's going to go through the roof, but it's going to do quite well. Solana is going to do quite well. I would not be shorting right now. KB and myself and the Oracle and Kishan, we were having a conversation last week about the fact that there's always a correction in January. And we came down below 100, and I think we wicked to a few different prices, but that was probably the bottom. Now we're coming out to the end, and short of macro events kicking us in the teeth, I think we're going to have a good 6 weeks because it's cyclical. I think the next 6 weeks are going to be really good. And then we might have a period of consolidation in Bitcoin, and then the alts will have a time to shine like they did last year. So I totally agree with those comments. That's a name I do not recognize. But thank you for your comments. Sense Logic, thank you for your comments. And I totally agree, KB and Bullish Bull. Thank you, everybody. This is the end. I appear to have got rid of the chart off the screen. That's not very good, is it? Let's go back very quickly, have a look at Bitcoin. I'll give you an idea of what I think is going to happen. Why is my window capture gone off? There we go. It's back now. Excuse me. Expect some volatility today. It's the end of the month. There are Ethereum and Bitcoin futures closing today. I think it's, 10 billion closing today. Expect a bit of volatility today. Avoid If you can avoid leverage today, there's a few days to avoid leverage for me. End of the month, end of the quarter, end of the year. FOMC day is the other one. Try and avoid it there. We're coming in at 10. What are we, 104, 500? Again, solid price compared to where we went down to last week. Happy price, happy range to be in. Upper half. Have a good weekend. I am going to make some videos this weekend as well. I am going to try and do some different content, but the Murad video, I don't know whether to make it because he gave some picks of coins to buy in October last year, and we are 4 months later and they are down between 85 and 97%. And when people like that get built up as being the absolute brain of crypto, I don't like anybody being put on a pedestal in crypto, whether that be Michael Saylor, whether that be Sam Bankman-Fried, whether that be Do Kwon, whether that be Alex Mashinsky, whether that be Vitalik Buterin, Charles. I don't like anyone being put out on a pedestal because you then get led down the wrong path. Listen to as many people as you can, and if somebody sits there telling you to buy the same coin every single day as it goes up, and it's a coin you've never heard of, just be careful. Anyway, I am going to go. It is the end of the show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will leave KB and Sense to talk. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.